several times, blunt instrument.
Where'd you find blood?
Got a little trace right over here.
I don't get it.
The guy cleaned up after himself.
He thinks that he can wipe the violence away, like it never happened.
Do it all over again.
My God.
He killed them one at a time. Mom was first, and the kids, they come home from school, and Dad was last.
This is bad.
He used to live here. This is where it started.
Excuse me, sir, you can't go back there.
And that's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to come home.
You want to see what he can?
Piece of his childhood.
Go, 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 go! He's there! He used to play here when he was a kid! I thought it was him!
It scares me too, detective.
Don't judge me.
You let him get away! Have you ever seen an evil act?
Absence of the Good, starring Stephen Baldwin.
Hey guys, Excommunications. Welcome to my review of Absence of the Good. And this is one of the last movies that John Flynn directed before he passed away. And John Flynn is, as you know or may not know, is the director of, such classic films as Lock Up, Out for Justice, Bestseller. He even directed Brain Scan. He directed a TV movie with Dennis Hopper called Nails that I enjoyed as well. So John Flynn has directed a lot of good, solid flicks. In fact, if you look at his entire filmography, majority of it is really solid. There's a few other things that I really haven't seen, but he pretty much started it off with like a movie, The Sergeant in the 60s, and he did something called The Jerusalem File. Is that the one I think it is? With the... No, that's some... I'm thinking of the Hovercraft Covenant. No, that's not it. And he directed Rolling Thunder, which is a good drama, if I remember correctly. That's the one with William Devane, yeah. Critically acclaimed, too. It's got 7.0 on IMDb. Anyway, this is a movie that I heard about through the trailer, which I saw on a VHS. I think that's the same VHS of Hangman with Lou Diamond Phillips, a VHS that I picked up a while ago. And it looked good, and when I went to a Yardbird Mall a while ago and picked up some more movies in that last update, I found this. And I finally saw it a couple nights ago, and for what it was pretty solid. It was a pretty solid film. It was enjoyable. I wouldn't say it was super entertaining. I don't think that's what it was trying to be. It was trying to be a crime suspense thriller, and for the in that regard, it succeeded. It was only 99 minutes. It didn't feel like it was going on too long for me. It definitely benefited from a great director in John Flynn. You could definitely tell that this low-budget direct-to-video flick had the feel of a bigger budget film because of the director. And that's an example, it's a great director if that's the case, and make a low-budget stuff, seem really good. And I thought it looked good. I thought it did have a low budget, but it looked like it was a solid made-for-TV movie, like on cable, and it really is hard to believe that this is the same actor, Stephen Baldwin, the same guy who plays Doyle Johnson in the dumbass to Pauly Shore's Dolt in Biodome, is capable of a performance like this. And, if you ever do check this film out, I mean, he really delivers a solid performance, and I think it will finally have a film where his personality works well with the character, and he plays a cop on the edge. He's a cop that's dealing with the loss of his kid. The movie opens up with a dream sequence, which basically he's like, I thought it was kind of weird, the choice where he's in the dream, and he sees his kid in a doorway, and he's all like, "Come here, honey, come on." I always thought that was weird, like he's calling his son honey, but maybe that's a little thing. But anyway, I mean, so he's calling me. he has a dream sequence. He wakes up, and then you figure out that down the line, you figure out that there's a series of murders that lead to this killer who basically is trying to kind of find pieces of his childhood. This killer, you find out throughout the basically throughout the running time of the film, in clever, good ways. That the film does a lot of good things, in my opinion, that keeps you guessing and keeps you on your toes and wondering what is going on. And well, where is this going to go next? You know, when is this going to? The screenplay is by David Golden and James Reed, and David Golden looks like he hasn't written that much. I mean, he wrote this movie, Absence of the Good. He wrote Tactical Assault, some TV movie. He wrote some other TV movies, so he hasn't really done too much. But it is pretty solid writing from David Golden, and James Reed also helped write the screenplay as well, I guess. And James Reed, this is the only thing that he helped write. So I guess Absence of the Good is a TV movie. I don't know what kind of TV movie. Showtime, Cinemax, I don't know, Encore, I have no idea. But I do know that it's a solid thriller. For what it was, for a low-budget film that I wasn't expecting much from, it was definitely, it kept me guessing, and it kept me involved, and it kept me interested in it. And that's what you're asking for in this type of film. And I thought the twists and turns that the writers wrote were pretty solid, and definitely did keep me guessing. So maybe that's just me. There might be some other people who watch this movie and predict every single note frame by frame, but for me, I didn't see any of this stuff coming. I was originally under the impression from the trailer that it's like about a child killer. Like it's a little kid killing people like Milo or Mikey. But, you know, you find out that's not really the case. It's really more about, you find out that, like I said, that there's this person that's, they find out is sort of in his mid-20s, but he's trying to, you know, the killer is trying to basically relive his, you know, the killer's trying to reveal its childhood. And the reason why I'm saying is because the identity is pretty well kept guarded. It's pretty well guarded. It's pretty well kept secret. Not really serious, but the film is a serious film. It's not. It doesn't go into jokey territory at all, for me anyway. I mean, the way it's edited in the trailer with Stephen Baldwin at the end saying, "Have you ever seen an evil act?" That's kind of funny, because that scene is taken out of context. Because basically that scene is when he basically goes in and basically grills the psychiatrist played by Tyne Daly, because she basically blabbed, I think, to the cops or something that he might be mentally imbalanced and needs to be taken off the case or something, and he just took it out on her. So then basically